Very few people get digital all the way around. So if you're in IT, you have one view of digital and what it is and how it's going to fit into your existing world. If you're in marketing, you have another view, completely different view. If you're Brian's daughter, you have a completely different view. If you're Brian's daughter, you're used to being on your phone pretty much all the time when you're awake. You can order stuff on Amazon with one click. You don't care what happens behind your phone. We all know this already. That's the world we live in. Very, very few people actually do know what goes on behind the digital device. And then it got more and more and more and more complicated. And then along came electrification. And basically, that changed everything because you had generations of people who were used to getting up in the morning and thinking about, putting coal in boilers and basically making sure the leather belts were tight before the machines worked and all of the stuff, all the attributes of steam power. Along comes electrification. The steam engine gets moved into sort of the back office, if you like, to use an IT analogy. And steam is still used to generate power, but suddenly you've got plug sockets all around the factory and you can put the machines anywhere. The leather belts have gone away. It took an awful long time back then, probably just over 100 years ago, for people to get their heads around that thinking. There were so many people who just sort of dyed-in-the-wall steam power people who just couldn't move on. They just couldn't get past that point around steam. People will die, you're not...
That was actually with NL, one of our customers at Tower.
Yeah. So it's kind of a high-level thing. I see the same thing with what you were saying about social, that you've got kind of the low-stakes, high-interaction world where you could use Twitter or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's just you want to encourage people to fraternise and share ideas and crowdsource or whatever. And then over here you've got super sensitive R&D, Apple-style stuff. Top secret what the company is making. Tightly compartmentalised parts of the company, so R&D is a sealed unit. When you collaborate in Japan, they have a tradition which is centuries old, and this is a tiny example of it. This is basically a library that all of these people... This is a division. This room is basically a division. This is a unit of that division in Japanese office culture. And this is sort of the shared library. And the idea is, in a larger office, you would actually put a little chit or a piece of paper there saying you'd actually checked a book out of that library and then put it back. This is completely unheard of in Europe and America. It's a very, very different dynamic. So this is a microcosm example of a cultural difference, of getting people to actually understand how other cultures collaborate and being sympathetic to that. And these are basically the users are all whacking it. And these people are smiling, but what actually happens is, particularly if you're a CIO or an IT guy, you are basically in a very unpleasant situation of having your software being proved to be not right for the task. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that video of me falling down later.